Hey, you guys. So I wanted to go on a live. So I'm streaming here on my Facebook and I'm streaming from my YouTube. And the reason why I wanted to go live is that I was just sitting here doing some shadow work and I was like, let's just go live doing shadow work. So I just want to write down, I've been having troubles with my digestive system. So I've been bloated, gas. I have changed a little bit of what I've been eating and stuff, but I wanted to do the shadow work on this specific um, digestive area. So our digestive, our stomachs, all this, our bowels, all this colon, life is hard for you to digest. So if you're out of whack, if your stomach's out of whack, and I want to tell you what, 99% of people I know have issues with their digestive system. And it's because we are trying to make things happen that, hello, me too, trying to make things happen that we need to let go of. So I was writing this down. I was like, okay, what is what am I holding on to that's for in my digestive system? So sadness. I'm holding on to sadness, sorrow, and fear. Now here's what I wrote down. How is this serving you? How is this serving you to hold on? And I said, this is not serving me at all. Let the shit go. Now the shit, colon, all the bull crap inside of us, we need to let go. That's the shadow work. This is what I do. Um, if my arm's hurting, my throat's hurting, anything's hurting, I want to let go whatever is to symbolize this so I can move on to my next level of consciousness and also to the next level of the stage of life that I'm going to, because if we don't clear this out, we will not go. We will not go. That's why I'm always saying shadow work, shadow work. Okay. Let me put it hello on here. This is just a pop up. I'm just popping up. I'll put this out on on my TikToks and all the different things. But anyway, I wrote because how is this is not keeping me safe. And I put this is keeping me safe to hold on because it will bring me. Oh, it's not safe to keep holding on to this because it'll bring me disease. Dis-ease. Dis-ease in your stomach, in your body. You have a dis-ease in there, and something's telling you, hello, we need to work on it to get rid of it. So I was thinking, let's just do this live. That way everybody can just look at it. Ask yourself these questions. Where's the sadness that you're holding on to? Because here's the thing, it could be many things for many different people, but the sadness that you're holding on to, you need to let go because here's the thing, it's all you. You're holding on to the sadness of the divorce, the sadness of the child, the sadness of the death, the sadness of um, you didn't get what you want. It's just a sadness that we are holding on to. We can't blame this on anyone else. That's why we have to take responsibility of all this shadow work of on ourselves. Nobody can do it for you. That's why you have to look at this. And I thought this is a big issue. This is a giant issue. There is um, so much information out there on just digestive systems, um, and which it includes all kinds of stuff, colons, and like I said earlier. So for me, the sadness is, I'm not letting go of some. I'm being sad because I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or being sad that um, I've just went through a lot of sadness with my grandma. Um, being sad that everything's not working as fast as I want. I am an Aries. I want things done now, and I also jump and do things. So here just recently this morning, I was journaling. Slow down, take your time, don't jump onto anything because that's just my nature. I am like, let's go, let's do this, let's go to the adventure, let's jump to California, I mean, I'm ready to go at any moment. And I've got to learn to slow down. And that kind of brings sadness to me because I'm always, ready to go, but I'm having to learn, I'm having to discern. You can't discern things if you're just jumping everywhere. You need to look at him and say, why is this happening? And is this the right move for me and entire family? So, but the sadness for you, why, if you have digestive anything problems, what is the sadness you need to get rid of? Ask yourself that question. Now, here's another question. What sorrows are you holding on to? Sorry that my husband broke up. Sorry about I didn't do right by my kids, or you thought you didn't. Because here's the thing, you guys, it's all a belief. It's all a belief. So we are all hanging on to beliefs that are gone a long time ago. So yeah, we're sad for this thing 20 years ago. Yeah, we're having sorrow for things that happened 10 years ago. Well, maybe we're, holding on to doing something right for our children because our husband was absent. We, us women, really do all this stuff and keep all the sadness and all the sorrow. But it's us. You are the shadow work. We are the light. And then once we fix the shadow, then the light can shine more and more. Sadness, sorrow, and fear. You are fear of what? If you let go of the sadness and the sorrow, maybe that's the fear. Then you have to be a different person. Then you have to be a happy person. Then you have to be an enlightened person. What are you fearing? Maybe you fearing getting on YouTube, Facebook. Maybe you're fearing that you don't want anybody to know that you're sad. I'm telling you what, if you're sad, people know it. If you have sorrow, you can tell on your face. You can look at a person walking down the street and like, oh my God, they're so sad today. I mean, hello, it's a vibe, you guys. It's not a vibe like, oh, it's a vibe, but it's your vibe that you're carrying around. So if you're sad, if you're fearful, if you're sadness, you're carrying this vibe around. The only person that you're hiding it from is you, because everybody else sees it. Everybody else sees this, you guys. And this is why you guys do the shadow work. I'm doing the shadow work right now. This is me today. I'm just like, oh my God, where do I have to let this sadness go? And I don't even know what the sadness is. I'm just writing it down. And then it says, what trauma is related to this sadness? What trauma that you had in your life is related to the sadness that you are feeling? And I'll tell you something. Some of you are probably like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel sadness. I don't feel sorrow. I don't feel fear. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You need to journal it. You need to write it. You need to figure out what it is. What is the trauma that is related to the fear and the sadness that you're holding right now? You're holding something. If you don't have everything that you want in your life and your life is not going the way that you want it, it's because you're holding on. You're holding on to guilt, shame, sadness, sorrow, fear. A lot of people are fear unworthy. I'm not worthy to have, what that person has. If you're scrolling on Facebook going, oh my God, they have that and I don't have that. Hello. It's fear. I don't feel good enough. They can have it and I can't. No, you can have everything. You are worthy because you are alive. There is no other worthy out there. Somebody told you, oh, you weren't worthy when you were a child or when you were at school or at church or something like that. And that means nothing. That means nothing. You're a child of God. You are worthy of all things because you are alive. Okay, so sorrow. What is the reason you're feeling the sorrow? Why? Ask yourself why. I put, why am I feeling the fear? And here's the thing. And I said, I'm done with all this shit. You're done with all the shit in your digestive system. You're done with the fear. You're done with the shame, the guilt, all of that. And you need to journal it out. And then like my trauma to my sadness is going to be different. Mine could be, I'm sad because things aren't going my way, or I'm sad because so many years ago this trauma happened to me. The sorrow I have is going to be different than yours. That's why you have to do the shadow work, and that's why you have to do it. There's no other way. Now, There is people to help you do the shadow work. I can actually look, you can tell me what's going on, and I can help you see and look at things differently. Um, Fear. We all have fear in everything. Like, I was fearing to make videos years ago, but now I just do it. I had to get to the point where I wasn't fearful, but you have to get to that point. That's shadow work. But once you understand that you are worthy for nothing else but just being alive, a lot of this stuff can drop, you guys. But you have to look at it. Like me, I'm having digestive problems right now. So I need to find out what guilt, what shame, what is holding on, what am I holding on to that I need to actually be letting go. That sounds so wonderful. So anyway, I thought, because I was going through it and the collective is going through it, we all know that maybe you are going through it too. So remember, do the shadow work for sadness, sorrow, and fear for your digestive. There is so much more, I'm sure, but work on those. Just start right there and see, because a lot of people say, "Well, I'm not even sad," and then realize you are. Yeah. If you start journaling, just writing stuff down, you'll come up with all kinds of stuff. Well, I was sad because of this, and I was sad because of this, and this didn't happen. This is not going fast enough for me. And here's the thing: I'm always coming back here to my mom's house, and this is when I get deep down in my shadow work, because this is where the trauma began. So I'm in the trauma, and as I release it, and I remember the last time I left and went to I was like free. It felt like freedom. So for me, I'm sitting here doing the shadow work right now as I speak. I will feel freedom once I'm gone. So I feel stuck here. Let me write this down. So I feel I am stuck. Now, I'm not stuck here. I can leave at any point in minute, but I'm saying somewhere in my body, I feel like I'm stuck here and it's not moving fast enough for me to get out. Do the shadow work on that. Because what if it was okay for me to just stay here? Not, but you know what I'm saying. We have to make it neutral. We have to be able to make it neutral and be like, it's okay if you had to stay here. It's okay if you moved out. It's okay if you whatever. And you have to make it neutral that way. All these symptoms will go away. There's so many and the reason I know that these symptoms are still lingering on is because I haven't been eating as much. I have been, doing what I need to do to calm it down, and it's still flaring up. So anyway, I just wanted to say, you guys, let's do some shadow work. Let's get some of this stuff out, because I want to tell you something. Once you start clearing this stuff, check mark, and more stuff comes in. Amazing gifts from the universe, God, your higher self. I'm not talking about more shadow work. Yes, that will too, but the gifts from God will come in like you will never believe. You will get more and more of what you want. I'm telling you what, I've done this, and it just gets better and better and better and better. But sometimes you have to, God always puts you in places where you need, when I was in Florida at Pensacola this last 5 months, it was like, breath. I was by myself. I didn't have to do anything. I was like flowy bowy and just all about me. And then it was come back and have all this trauma. And it's like, here we go again. But at least I got rest for 5 months. So I think I'm getting ready to go on another 5 months of rest. But actually, we're supposed to get on to a balance, a neutral. But it's hard, you guys. This shadow work is hard. Just looking at it, it's very emotional, because some of the times you're like, I'm not even sad, but you underline unconsciously you're sad. There's so many things. If there's something hurting in your body, it's unconscious. Your body is your unconscious mind. So it's like trying to tell you something. And you have to like be a puzzle putting the pieces together to figure it out. That's why it's called shadow work. And you see 444 and 333 and 222 and all this other stuff, and you have got to figure it out. And the reason you have to figure it out for yourself is because my trauma is different than yours. And it could be somebody's little trauma or big trauma. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're getting almost killed or your parents left you at a gas station and came back in a block in 5 minutes. It's trauma. Trauma to our nervous system. And the nervous system is what, ooh, the nervous system is what needs to be cleared out. Ooh. I'm just getting some really good things on this timeline right here. Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to go off and do some more of this shadow work because I'm getting some messages, and tell me what you get with yours. Let me know if you needed help. Love you. Bye.